welcome to this episode of Know Thy Role, the YouTube channel dedicated to everything RPG. So lately I've been enjoying this game, Medieval Dynasty. The closest that I can think of it to other games is a cross between Kingdom Come Deliverance and Ark Survival. It's just a magnificent game. And so I wanted to offer some tips that I had learned through my playthrough. I did some searches, and I was able to find online, what I'm about to post, but it was buried under a lot of other content, and so it took a little bit. So if you've never played this game, there's other tutorials out there that will help more than this will. This is just to help you with farming. Okay, the point of this game is to create a village, which I have done, and part of it is a farm. Now, when you create a farm, you lay down tiles of land to allocate it to farming. I thought that as long as you laid down the land adjacent to each other, see how I have field 1 here, field 2 here, field 3 here. I thought this would all be one field as long as it was adjacent, but it didn't turn out to be that way. And when I go to management, you can go to check on your crops like that, and you will see that there's field 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Okay? What that has been doing to me is it just makes my workers a little less efficient when they're working the fields, because they've got a total of 5 fields to allocate their time through, and it doesn't work out very well. So I made that mistake early on in the game, and I'm going to go ahead and fix it and show you how to make and then automate to where your workers will work the fields for you so that you can go out and do other things. Because I used to just work the fields on my own, but once they get really, really big, that takes a really, really long time. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my tools, find my hammer, and I'm going to destroy my plots. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so then let's go ahead and put it back to build. We are going to build farming and a field. So my original fields were 5 by 5, so as long as I can get a 5 by 5 grid here, it'll be the same dimensions of what I had. So let's try here and see if that works. 4, 5, 3, 5 by 4. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, that works right there, 5 by 5. So we're going to go ahead and plant it right there. Now, when we go back to our management, now we've only got the 3 fields, which is a lot more efficient. So once you've laid down your field, then you've got to go ahead and plow it. So with your tool selection, go ahead and get your hoe out, and you'll see the border. You start plowing up the land so that you can get it ready to grow crops. Shouldn't take too long. And I know this is you might be thinking, why is he putting his garden here? This, when my town was a lot smaller, this was my original community garden, and I don't want to get rid of it because it kind of has a special place in my heart. So now I guess it's just where the villagers, in my mind, it's where the villagers farm their needs, and the rest of the stuff that the other fields go to, like taxes and income and stuff like that. Okay, so I've got the field plowed. Now I go back to my bag and I select fertilizer. And I fertilize the field. Make sure we get all squares, because sometimes it's kind of easy to miss a square, because it doesn't, when you're right up on the TV, you can tell the difference from the land that's fertilized as opposed to not. But it it can be tricky sometimes, and sometimes just depending on your TV brightness. When my wife chases me out of the room and I have to change to a different inferior TV, this gets a little more difficult. All right. So I think we've got one more strip of land. There we go. And we got the last piece fertilized. Okay, so now that it's fertilized, what we can, we got to go ahead and plow it again to get it all nice and mixed up. So we go to our tools again, and now we are plowing it again, and this gets this gets the fertilizer all nice and in that dirt so that we have nice fertile soil to grow the crops with. Sometimes if you don't hit it at the right angle, it won't adjust the land for you. So you got to kind of move a little bit. Like, see, sometimes you have to back up and play with it a little bit. So when I do this, I think about the back-breaking hours this must have been to do in these times, you know. All right. Okay, and so now the field is ready to put seeds down. But I don't want to put, let's see, do I have? Go back to the bag. Right now, what's in season, you can tell everything with a yellow X is not in season. We can't plant right now, okay? So poppy seeds, onions, beetroot, cabbage, carrots, we can't. So right now we can only plant rye and wheat. So now the way that we want, that we're going to automate it, so the way to get our people to do this rather than us having to do it is we go to our management system again and go to our fields, okay? So that's going to be field 3 now. Okay, so field 3, as you see, because it doesn't have anything on it, we click on that and it shows us our grid so for what we can put. So we move the cursor over to the little people icon, and then we're going to press Y to change the plant type. Once we do that, it gives us choices of what we can plant. At this point, wheat and rye is what we can plant. So we'll go ahead and put wheat on this first line. Then we'll change the plant type, put rye, change the plant type, wheat, change the plant type, and put rye. Now I'm going to finish out with rye because it's a little more important. Okay, I need rye to make animal feed with, and that's going to help me a little bit more. Okay, so now I've got the village. See how it says villagers working schedule. So now on their own time, they're going to go ahead and plant the seeds. Now also too, they would have fertilized and plowed the land if I'd have let them, but I wanted to give them a little bit, I don't want them to do everything. They have other fields to work with. So I do as much as I can that's fast, and then let them handle the heavy lifting. So we exit, the field has been changed. Do you want to keep these changes? We absolutely do. And see, everything's still good. We exit out. And now when it's work time, the villagers will come and they will work that field and plant what I asked them to. Now I have another field. I get lost now that when things are getting a little bit big. I think it's, where is it? Oh, it's over here. Okay. So see, so this is like field 1. Oh yeah, field 1 now. And this is how big this is. Field 2 is over here. They just picked the cabbage and wheat, I believe, and so they are going to plow and plant. And then this is my orchard. With my orchard, the orchards work much the same as plant or fields, so it's the same thing. They're just a little bit farther apart and different. Seeds are expensive, so I only buy a few, and then as I pick, I do get seeds out of that, and I use those to increase the size of my orchards and fields. Okay, and that's how you get your villagers to work your land. And if you have any other tips, or if I missed something, leave them in comments. I hope this helped out. It's what you want to do. It's a very efficient way. Most of your villagers should be assigned to working fields. That way you get the most buck for your bang. Okay, and then there's my animals over there. The good thing about animals is it only takes one person per animal shed to work it, so they'll take care of that. But for fields, you want to put as many people as can be assigned because it's a lot of work. All right, everybody stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe. Help us beat that algorithm, and be ready for more RPG content. Thank you, and everybody be safe.